This season has not been quite what you'd expect. They hope to improve their record with the win tonight, certainly.
You know, for the Spurs, you know they've hung pretty close to the top of the standings, but given the expectations for them coming into the season, it's still a little bit of a disappointment.
Well, you think about the buzz surrounding this club early on. It's definitely sagged off a little bit now. They haven't performed quite the way they expected to, but there's still time. I mean, if they keep plugging away, I think they can get there by the time the playoffs come around.
And the starting group for the Spurs in the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward, and it's Splitter in at the center. Well, you knew that Andre Drummond was oozing with potential, but that keyword, potential, can quite often be as much of a curse, Clark, as it is a boon that he just blossomed last year.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, with the way he moves around the floor at his size, you had to know that if he started to put it all together, he would be a game-changing talent, and he showed flashes of that and made a big leap last season.
Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against Golden State.
And it was the role players in that game, Kevin, that really led the charge. The guys who normally don't score a lot, they came in and really contributed.
A total team performance, Steve, the kind you need if you're going to win on the opponent's home floor.
And that one's good.
Yeah, off to a rough start. Just doesn't seem to have the rhythm with his shot.
Here's Parker. Outside Leonard. Davis against Duncan. Parker outside. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
Nash outside. The pass to Davis. Left side Davis. Fades back. San Antonio with the rebound.
Well, with only one attempt so far falling, this is not looking good. 1 for 4 so far.
Leonard kicks to Ginobili. He dishes it to Parker. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Now here's Bryant. An 11-point game for him in the win against New Orleans. 5 to shoot. Here's Ross. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Tim Duncan picks one up.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice-looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
Yeah, no question, Kevin. Great awareness and a terrific finish. Terrence Ross delivering on his promise as a shooter in year 2. His percentage is up in every category, especially beyond the arc.
Now here's Duncan. He had 16 points in the win against the Warriors in Oakland. And Leonard gets it to go.
Yeah, guys, so much emotion is going to be kind of going through his head in this one. Playing in your hometown can be a little nerve-wracking for some players, but normally after the first few possessions, you settle down and you just play your game. But no doubt he's going to notice that cheering section of friends and family he's got up in the stands.
And Davis can't get it to go.
And Ross, boy, he's got a smooth stroke, seems to always be on balance, good feet and fundamentals. And with that 6'7" frame, he's able to shoot and make tough shots over taller defenders. I think he's a legit floor spacer.
Now here's Nash after the miss from Tim Duncan. Kicks to Kobe. Pass to Davis. And he drops it in from the low post. Davis has got his first points of the night. And Terrence Ross, not just a shooter, he's a dynamite athlete. Steve, a devastating finisher in transition.
Yeah, still developing his handle, Kevin, in terms of attacking the basket on his own. But if he can develop that, the sky's the limit for him.
And Leonard gets it to go.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot off.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Nash outside. Kobe against Ginobili. From 6 away. And Bryant finishes inside. Kobe's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
And stolen by Nash. In low to Davis. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Davis has got his second basket of the night.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and then let your perimeter players play off your bigs.
Let's take a look at the players who were the best on the glass a season ago. Second, Andre Drummond.
You know, he was actually a monster on the glass. We talked about him throughout the season, and though he didn't lead the league, he was a big factor in a number of important games.
For San Antonio, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Parker kicks to Ginobili. And that one goes long. The Lakers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first.
Oh, are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
There he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
You know, the guys on the bench are going crazy right now at the sight of that jam.
Parker with the steal. Ryan against Leonard. Pass to Ginobili. Off the screen. That doesn't go either by Ginobili.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
Nash, the pass to Davis. Good. Davis has got 6 points.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Well, going into last season, Thiago Splitter accepting a 4-year, $36 million extension, Steve, from the Spurs.
A lot of people question the value of that contract, but Splitter more than earned it with his play throughout the regular season and in the playoffs. He's versatile, he can pass, he can defend, and even though his numbers were down a little bit last year, he made tremendous impact just in terms of their interior play.
Mirotic is checked in for Los Angeles. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Duncan. Bellinelli comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Green is checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker.
And Splitter, clearly, when you look at him offensively, is not a floor spacer. He's a guy who's going to finish inside. He's going to set solid screens. Even though he plays close to the basket, his field goal percentage dropped by almost 10% over the last couple of seasons. He was once superb in that area. Now he's just rock solid. But with the Spurs, in his role, rock solid is good enough.
The Lakers making a switch here. Oladipo's checked in. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for San Antonio.
Splitter still shooting over 90% of his shots in the paint, but less effective down low. Injuries perhaps a factor. We'll see if he can bounce back.
Green with a screen on Oladipo. The dish to Diaw. Pass to Mills. 6 on the shot clock. Shot to stop the run. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
I'll tell you what, he's made more than a few of those in his career.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, earlier I had a chance to speak with Greg Popovich. He told me it's a fun challenge trying to slow down a team that's so cagey and opportunistic offensively. He said, of course we've done our scouting, but this is the first time we've seen them firsthand this season. So it'll be interesting to see if we can take them out of their sets and slow them down at that end. Guys, they'll have to be solid defensively. Back to you.
Doris, thanks. No better way to enforce your defense if you can keep that defensive shooting percentage to a minimum.
And for that to happen, Kevin, it's going to take a complete group effort defensively.
Steve, that's an excellent point. Defending a team that really can stroke it like this requires an awful lot of good communication among all the defenders. Everybody has to be chattering and aware of where bodies are at all times.
Mirotic, that's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. Kobe's got 3 assists in the game. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
And the jam by Ross.
What a start they've gotten off to. A big lead for them, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet.
And it's not just their hot offense here. I mean, they're playing very strong defense too, guys.
Here's Mills. Bonner, that's a two-pointer. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Bonner's got his first points of the game.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over.
And here is Bryant. He feeds it to Mirotic. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Spurs trail by 9. Mills with it. Dishes it to Bellinelli. There's the feed to Green. He kicks to Mills. Here's the teardrop. Rebound the Lakers. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And a very confident performance offensively, I think, guys, is really how this team clicks. I mean, when they're communicating and executing, sharing the ball, they're tough to beat.
And, Steve, you got to love that kind of performance on the road. I mean, to be a great team in the NBA, you have to be able to have that kind of performance in the other team. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Oh, what a three at the horn. They end the quarter on a high note. What a big shot.
I'll say that'll put a little bounce in their step coming back out of this break.
So as we end the first quarter, all
Coming up next Thursday night, November 20th, Joakim Noah and the Chicago Bulls take on